I'm not going to mess around too much tonight. I'm just going to get straight into it and play some Blitz. It's not my strongest time control. I think it's actually my weakest, but it's quite a good one to watch, I think, because it doesn't take all day and it's also easier to follow than the likes of Bullet. So let's do it. Playing the Queen's Gambit. Okay, he's going to try and defend the pawn here. I quite like this. You usually get some good games in. If he manages to defend this pawn, then he should probably win the game. If I manage to put enough pressure on with all these pieces, I can do some real damage to him really quickly. So this might be quite an exciting game. It's going to be quite a sharp game. And we'll see how I fare. So at the moment, first thing to note is obviously I've got two attackers on this pawn. He's got one defender. Okay, so already I have a chance to win the pawn here. I can take on b5. Now if he takes back, I'm going to take the bishop. And we'll be starting to get a pretty good position right out the bat. No, it takes b5? Yeah, you got it, mate. You got it. We'll just retreat. Now you'll note that the C pawn is super weak. Might as well keep eyeing down on the F7 square. But already really good position. I think if you're going to play against the Queen's Gambit, you're better off doing the declined variation and not going anywhere near that pawn. If you try and keep that pawn, you will come up with issues. Right, so he is planning on pushing forward. We obviously don't want that. I'm just seeing what I can do about it. Yeah, bishop f4 is not bad. I really don't want this move to come in straight away. Okay. I think I'll take your advice there, mate. And I'm thinking if he does play c5, I have d5. Which does shut down my attack, but should be worth it. Right, let's attack and defend at the same time. Whoops. Might have played that a little quick. Oh no, I lost the knight. Oh frick. I'm so bad at Blitz. That is annoying. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. A piece down. Yeah, I did feel the earthquake. I'm quite a long way from where it was, but I still felt it. It was a good old shake. I actually woke up, it must have been about 2:30 in the morning, I think, and it definitely woke me up. Maybe he has e6 in this position. This is pretty bad. I'm going to fall the pawn back and try and attack on this weakness. I definitely can't trade any more pieces down, which is unfortunate. Oh. Okay, he can open this up. But hopefully, if he tries to do that, I'll get 2 pieces for the rook, and it'll be a little bit of a closer game. Yeah, that's clever. I lose that beautiful bishop. My opponent's doing what you should do. So he's up material. He's just going to try and trade everything down and win that way. Yeah, I can. I will be able to. I just don't think a pass pawn's quite enough. The trouble is he's still going to have an extra piece, and the 2 bishops will play well if I open the board up. Unfortunately, he's going to open the board up at some stage anyway. I'm going to bring the knight back. It attacks the pawn and it also stops this pin because I don't want to lose any more pieces. I'm just going to sort of try and solidify my pawn structure. Eventually I'll play for the c pawn. Hopefully I can do that without losing any pieces. Oh, that's a brutal move. Oh no. GG. That's just a resignation. Okay, you didn't see it. It's just bad. It's bad. Okay, I'll try to do better this game. Probably started out a little bit too fast. So I'll just take my time. Got the French defence. It's probably going to be French defence exchange variation. He may play e5 now, I'm not sure. I quite often play that move to tempt it. And these lines are probably just bad for black, if I'm honest. I should play different defences, but I like the amount of counterplay you get as black. There's a lot of things that if your opponent's not careful, there's a lot of move orders that you just clean win. If he tries to play knight a4, I have check, and then I'll be able to take the bishop. I really like stripping the black bishops off in a French defence. You see how many black squares are around my king that are weak. But I think in this particular position, if the black bishops come off and I can play c6, I'll be looking pretty happy on the pawn. Okay, so we play check. Queen takes, maybe? Oh, queen can't. Oh, yeah, queen can't take, and it defends the knight at the same time. I'm just looking at the escape squares for the knight. It looks very limited. I think. Ah, double attacked. Maybe this. This and that is an issue. I don't think I can stop this. Just gonna send it. I'm going to send it, give it a try. If he finds this combination, good on him. The definite downside to these positions are if I can't castle in time. So there's just too many tempos. When you bring queen out early, it's always very dangerous. All of a sudden, white can start making really aggressive moves in the position, and there's not a lot in this position I can actually do. Okay, cool. So I'm going to make a threat. I'll start with the threat. Try to develop my pieces. I'll castle, so if the knight does come into the position, it's not as brutal. There's been many a game where I have been stuck with my king on these squares in the French defence, and it's not pretty. Okay, I'll just cover all these dodgy squares. I'm also double attacking this knight now, so b4's not an issue. Two moves seem most obvious to me. This one, destroying his pawn structure on the queen side, seems pretty good, but it also opens up the rook, which can be concerning. And I'm unable to play b5 in that situation because the pawn's on a4. I do really need to develop this knight. I think I'm just going to develop this knight. That seems the most obvious. If knight takes, yeah, probably bishop takes. I'll leave the bishops slightly open. It's a typical French defense bishop here that is just sort of blocked in by everything. And see, his bishop is just far stronger. I do find in Blitz that you have to be very accurate. I'll gently reroute the knight here. It's also going to pop onto f6, which will defend that h7 square. I knew that he would be eyeing that down. So things are looking pretty good. Something like rook a c8, eyeing down on this queen and attacking this pawn weakness. That seems pretty logical. For him, maybe a rook lift, but I don't know. He's 13-20. Rook lifts are usually quite hard to find, I think. Oh, well, here he goes. He is rook lifting away. So I do need to be careful here. I actually thought I could take on c3 if he takes on b7, but I cannot because he has check, and that would discover two attackers, and I would only have the one defender. So rook a c8 was definitely a blunder. going to come defend and prepare to double up. I've also got check at some stage, and I'm trying to wait. I think I'm going to try and get in knight g4 before I play check. So I'll play knight g4. He can play check. It's fine. I can just move across. I'm not stressed about that. Basically, oh, I should have played check first. Oh, no. I played that too quickly. Okay, he's given it to me. I'll play check. Now, depending on where he goes will depend what I do. So, like, if he plays that, I'm checking him here. And check. That's a double check. Yeah, both checking. He can't take. He can go here, which looks good, but I'm going to win the other rook. So one on tactics there. Did definitely blunder somewhere in here. I shouldn't have lost the b7 pawn, but all good. I'm going to keep trucking. I want to get in quite a few Blitz games tonight. Feel free to send me a challenge if you want. 5-5-5. I prefer unrated, just so I can talk about the position still. I kind of have to try a bit harder if it's rated. My rating is bad enough for what I think my level is. At least in Blitz. In this position, bishop f4 or g5, both perfectly acceptable to play. Now we kind of want to see what our opponent does. This is pretty common kick. He's going right for the big two-stage pawn push here. He's going to go ahead, win this pawn. I do want to get in. Yeah, okay. So I'll play h3, and it's quite slow. I will admit, but it does mean that if this knight comes to try and be cute on h5 here, I've got a retreating square, because this bishop at the moment is actually a very good piece, and we don't want to lose the bishop. Few moves here. A lot of weakness around his king as well. That's important to note. What can we do about that? Well, I think I'm going to... I'm actually contemplating a4 just to stop, because if he's played... Oh no, I've got two defenders. No, it should be good. It should be good. Okay, so it's the knight... Where's the knight's best squares? Well, he's pretty blocked in here. So I'm thinking f3 is probably best. At least I've got outposts, maybe. The downside is he can play g4 if he's feeling brave enough. But we will see. Okay, I'm not bothered by that. Takes. I'm just going to take with that knight. The knight's centralized. Whoa. You do want to watch tactics with this bishop. This bishop is going to be a pain. It always is. Okay, it's threatening to ruin my pawn structure a little bit, but I'm not too stressed about that. Should be okay. I think that if I have to take with the e-pawn at some stage, I will get in e5 and fix that position. But at the moment, my main plan is to clear this diagonal because that's the tactics at the moment. You see he's already trying to implement it. With playing the knight, it looks to me like I can capture on c5. But I am just going to check if that is okay. Yeah, so if knight takes, pawn can take. I will have double pawns, but I am up a pawn anyway. It should, yeah, it should be fine. I do find these bishops really annoying though. I play some strange stuff. You're going to see a position where, as white, I will have a black bishop here attacking the knight, and I will bring my queen forward to d2, and then I will attack the fianchettoed bishop. Okay, I'm going to play bishop here. It does a couple of things. It attacks this knight, which threatens to indirectly win this pawn. It also, if he plays bishop forward, it can come and capture that pawn. And thirdly, it gives me a chance to, in some positions, play c4, which will defend this bishop. And you'll notice that the bishop's actually on a pretty good outpost. So nothing but his bishop can challenge it. And okay, so he's played queen. Yeah, so I'm going to do just that. I'm going to defend this bishop. That way, if he tries to play any tricks, the bishop's well defended. For example, if he plays knight b4 in this position, I can even kick the knight and encourage him to take it, and then straighten out my pawn structure. And it's always good to watch your pawn structures. I played a match with a friend of mine and soon to be co-streamer Liam Healy, and he pretty much punished me for poor pawn positions. So he won the match today 5-3, and pawn positions were pawn structures rather were a big part of the game. I'm quite an aggressive guy. I don't really put too much thought in double pawns and whatnot. Yes, they are positional weaknesses, and in an endgame, he will win through them. You know, your opponent will, but you can't hold. Your pawn structures aren't everything. Tactics are chess. This looks pretty good. Take the queen and the rook. Obviously won a lot of games like this. Not a lot to really say about it. Be careful when placing your queens and rooks on similar files, and obviously be very careful if you've got your queen and king on the same file or the same diagonal. You open yourself up to all sorts of nasty attacks like this. So I'm not going to mess around about it. just screams the best move. And now I believe I have knight takes. And if he's not super careful, like if he just rushes and takes this bishop, this is a devastating fork. And I'll be honest with you, the black's position's really starting to crumble here. Boom. Check. You love to see it. That is a royal fork, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a game. Alright, we'll carry on. So this is going to be a very aggressive game. So I am going to give bishop, this bishop, a good move. Oh, that's clever. Okay, it doesn't look like he can do any more damage, so that hurts though. That hurts, but I suspect he's going to try and castle short at some stage, and if he doesn't, he's going to have issues. So now my plan is to quickly develop and castle long and put some pressure on the short side. I will need to watch this open file. Hopefully I remember. I'm definitely not guaranteeing anything. Oh, he may very well be getting ready to castle long himself. Okay, I'm gonna put the knight on g4 to try and discourage this long castle. I really want him to castle short. I'm down a pawn and my position's a little hectic. I've got 3 separate pawn islands, which is never good. So I want a dynamic game. Also, if he castles short, I've got this nice open file, which I can't use at the moment, but it definitely might become a point of interest a little bit later. And obviously this monster bishop, it's actually my best piece at the moment, eyeing down on the g2 square. So it is an opposite side castle game. And I am planning on wrecking these pawns. So I'm looking here. Actually, maybe check works here. I originally thought queen could come up, but then you just... No, you can't take. Tough, right. We're sending it. F5 on the board. Always good to kick pieces with pawns. I do create more weaknesses. I'm aware. It's looking a little bit dodgy, but we're going for something. We're going to try and smash through. I don't know quite sure. I'm not quite sure, sorry, how I'm going to smash through these 4 pawns yet, but I am definitely going to try to smash through these pawns. Okay, let's castle long. Let's castle long, and I'll also play for extra safety B8 because this is probably coming next, and he's going to have a he is going to have an attack. Right, so we play B8. Yes. Next, I might try to set him up a little bit to fail. Maybe I play bishop c6, attack the knight, and then if I do get the knight and he swaps for his bishop, I will have check hitting both pieces. So this position's real tricky to play. It's anyone's game at the moment. He's definitely the favourite. I'd probably prefer to be in white's position. He's got sort of easy moves. Even this bishop takes actually looks like a pretty devastating move. Then I have c6, but he is indirectly threatening a very nasty check on c7. Castles. Alright, let's attack this bishop. Okay, so he threatens check. Threatens check and mate, actually. Okay, so we'll develop the bishop. That's going to be able to both capture the bishop if the bishop drops, and it allows the queen to defend the c7 square. Interesting game. And a very tough one at that. Okay, the threat is check here. So we'll just take two moves, check here first, or threatens with the knight. Sorry, with the rook. I think I'm going to... No, that doesn't work actually. Okay, I'll bring the knight up. He does not have that. Attacking the f2 square and a potential fork on both pieces. I'm also threatening check here, which will bring his knight back, and maybe some trade off here, and then taking the pawn. Still a lot of tactics. Real cool game, actually. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I didn't actually see I dropped this pawn. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Again, he's threatening a check on this square. Okay, I'll calm down. Oh no, I didn't. That's rough. I didn't register the threat. This is definitely a loss. Feels bad. Yeah, that's smart of him. I don't see a lot of play. Knights are just really poor offensive pieces. Okay, I assume he's going to play Rook C1. I'll see if I can get anything dirty. Oh, that's a far better move. Hit the rook. I thought he could play b4, but because I'm already excuse me, hitting the rook, I can play knight c5. So I'm hitting the rook, defending the checkmate threat. Try to defend the pawn. Threaten another check. Opponent's getting reasonably low on time. I don't think he's going to blunder this. It seems pretty straightforward. A pretty straightforward win. Alright, so we'll attack the rook and defend the knight. Also threatening check. I mean, it may just be smarter for him to take it, yeah. Check. Check. That's super logical by my opponent. I want to put the queen on this diagonal, but I couldn't at the time. If I'm going to get a draw, I need to make this king a little bit weaker. Oh no. GG. Well played. He was good. Played well. I got the interesting game that I was trying to get. Just didn't quite go my way. I'll play the winner variation. I'm going to bring the bishop back. I did contemplate taking because it puts this bishop on an awkward square, but I think I want the bishop to come down and attack this way. I'm going to take these knights off. This knight always gives me grief. So if the knight gets on to e5, I have to do a lot of moves to kick that knight out of e5. But at the moment, I'm looking pretty solid, so I'm just going to keep developing. I don't really want him to take yet. I want to get in queen c7. I really like these French exchanges. It's who can quickly get their pieces on the right squares. Yeah, creates cool games. Often you get a very symmetrical position, but it is generally the better player that wins these. Aaron Healy in the chat. Hello, Aaron. Aaron Healy, a friend forever and a day now. One of the coolest humans I know for absolute damn sure. plays chess too, actually. I used to play a lot of live games. I would have probably played more live games with Aaron Healy than anyone else on this planet. Okay, he's threatening here. It's actually a pretty good threat. I'm going to come and attack the queen. Queen's got no good squares down this file, so it is really forced to move back. And now we break. He has to take because e4 is just... He can't allow e4 in the position. So he'll take with the pawn, I'll take with the bishop. And all things are looking pretty good. Get these rooks eyeing down on each other. At the moment the bishop defends it, but if at any stage this bishop moves off, I'm going to check my opponent and win the rook. Could also play something like rook e6 and then queen e7, trying to do the same thing. Aaron, I'm going to be doing a stream with your brother soon, probably next week, where Liam will be blindfolded. So he's going to play a blindfolded game against Jason Bower, who's a poker buddy of mine, and in his own right, a very good chess player. He's about 1450, I believe, 1450 rapid, maybe a little bit more by now. He's beaten me in games. And so we got a little bit of practice in today with blindfolded chess. Liam played very well. He played better blindfolded than I played with my eyes, so looking very promising. Should be a pretty good match. Okay, I want that black bishop off if I can. Oh, Jason Bowler in the chat. Yeah, there you go. So, don't be afraid, Jason, by any means. Yeah, I did say to Liam, Liam's very confident. I'm not going to lie. Liam is very confident. But I did say to Liam that Jason Bower can definitely beat me in a game of chess, and I can definitely beat Liam Healy. So, blindfolded, bro. Blindfolded. I think you two are going to have a very good game. I'm really excited for it too. It'll be a cool one. A full-blown exhibition match. So we'll touch base a bit more about it at some stage there, Jason, and all going well, you should be playing him. I should warn you that Liam has beaten me blindfolded before. He's good. Whatever time frame you want, but I was thinking 30 minutes. 30 minutes each opponent. That's what you play anyway. Liam played a couple of games at 5 minutes with 5 second increment today, and it was too fast. Right. Oh. Yeah, it should be really good, Jason. Um, should be well worth the watch. 30 minute is good, yeah. 30 minutes is a good time control. That'll give you plenty of time. Um, yeah. So maybe one game each. One is white, one is black, and we will see how you go. Hey, how are you feeling about it? Are you feeling confident? I think he's about 1800 rapid rated. So he is strong. He's working until Wednesday next week. So if you come up with a day next week sometime, from anywhere from Thursday onwards, then should be good to go. Right, what am I doing in this position? I'll take the queen. Yeah, let's keep this pin alive. Friday could be okay. Okay, I'll talk to Liam about it. If he played knight f6, would I fall into the trap? If he played knight f6, I would have taken the rook with check, forcing him to take, and then I would have taken with the knight. That would be the plan anyway. We'll play check. Definitely losing so far. I want to keep this game nice and complicated. This is still definitely a... Oh, it's not quite a pin anymore. I'm looking at g5, but it does leave my king very weak. Yeah, we can play. We'll play Blitz next. If you jump online now, I'll send you an invite as soon as it's ready. Okay, we'll reactivate this pin. I'm not going to stress about that. We're going to put some threats on the board. He's getting under time pressure now, so there's... Yeah, I mean, time pressure is a brutal thing. And you can see already. So after takes, knight takes, it's game over. So we'll take with check. We'll come threading the knight. And now I can pin. And we're winning a pawn. Bam, checkmate. GG. Saved by the bell, I guess. So I'm going to play a new friend of mine. 3 minute? Okay, yeah, mate. Yeah, why not? Thanks for the unrated too, so I can talk about it. Good luck. We played a hell of a rapid game yesterday. Very, very close to a loss by me. Managed to swindle him at the end and got a win, but it was by no means easy. Beautiful. So we had one of these earlier, same idea. We're going to win the rook, and hopefully that will be enough to convert the game. I am down on the clock. I've got to watch my time. Take the rook. Now to... We'll see what the intentions are with this bishop, if he's going to take or not. Okay, that's clever. Yeah, alright. Let's go. Let's attack him. I've just got to be careful not to get back rank mated, and also be extra careful not to lose on time. I might lose this on time, to be honest. But we'll try our best. There you go. We'll end any back rank issues that we previously had. And we will begin to attack his weaknesses. So that's the first one. Let's make some threats. Okay, good. Threatening checkmate. Alright, we'll come in, attack the pawn. Nice. That's good. Good start. Always good to take the first match. And you see, it was all that pin. You know, just attacking the rook through the queen. The queen has to move. It's always good to attack a queen. It's the best piece, but it's also the most weakest defensively. A queen can just be kicked by any other piece. It takes a lot for you to sacrifice your queen. I did lose a game today, 2 rooks versus a queen. The position I had was just too weak, and the rooks ended up coming through and checkmating me. Really nice game by Liam. He showed some true class. Anyone else in the chat want a game? Feel free to let me know. I'll play you. Can't guarantee that I'll play well, especially if we're playing Blitz. Okay, I'm going to take space here. I don't always play this position like this. I'm going to take space, and I'm going to really try and run these pawns up the board. I might even swing my F pawn over. It's a closed position, so I feel comfortable taking a knight off. It's going to be reasonably hard for him to open the position up to. And you look at this bishop, right? And that's the definition of the worst bishop ever. It has 0 squares. 0 squares. So we keep pushing up on this wing, and you see how cramped Black's position is. So in general, if you're in a cramped position, the best thing you can do is to trade down pieces. So black will be looking for ways to trade off pieces, and I'm trying to keep all the pieces on the board, swing my rooks over, and push up, and hopefully eventually being able to either win some material on the queen side or promote a pawn. I have issues with this because takes, and he's got too many attackers, so I'm going to take this way. Definitely not what I was trying to do, but now we'll try come and attack this queen. Yeah, I expected that. It's a good move. So far, he's defended very, very well. Yep, that's what I'd play. Right, I'm going to try and get my knight posted on c6. It's going to be a strong piece there. And that'll also support a5 when I choose to push it. And I will try and push it. Trouble is kicking both this knight and this bishop are an issue. Okay, cool. And this comes with check too. So if he takes here, I can take here and then be threatening this check. But I imagine he's planning on playing bishop c5. If he does, I will be winning a pawn. And this, hopefully this 2-on-1 can turn into something. But it's a tough position. I might have something here. Oh. It'll depend what happens next. No, I've got to take. Okay, now I think I have a5 and the pawn can't take, which means hopefully I can get an a6. Here we go, a5 on the board. This is what I was planning on doing. This was always the plan to when I play like this hard on the queen side. Generally, in a situation where I play hard on the queen side like this, my opponent will play the same on the king side, but he hasn't managed to come up with anything yet. So we're getting in a5. There's going to be tactics here. There's a fair chance that I'll even at some stage be able to sacrifice a rook for this bishop to get these two pawns rolling. What I do need to be careful of is my pieces are on dark squares. While he's got the bishop, I should definitely be planning on swinging everything to light squares. And if we can get the major pieces off, I should win. Wow. Okay, I guess that makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's attack this knight. This rook. And that'll give us the time needed to come defend this pawn. Yeah, I was sort of planning on offering the queen trade, but I'm thinking maybe rook up. Or if I play rook up, actually, he will have a threatening checkmate in one. So I do have to play the queen. Takes. Okay, and the plan in this position is to get him to spend time trying to grab that pawn. Wow, am I losing this? Ouch. Endgames. That is not good. Oof. Ouch. It's never a good thing losing a game like that. Hurts my pride a little bit. Fellow Kiwi. So, yeah, again with the Queen's Gambit, you can get some crazy lines going here. You really need to be careful when... it's just a draw. This looks just like a very quick draw for black here. I don't know if he'll do it or not, but if I was black in this position, I'd probably take the draw. Whoa, I did not factor that in. This looks about as complicated as chess gets. We're threatening to win the c4 pawn. Oh, I do not know how to stop these threats. Oh, this is bad. It's actually worse than it first appears, because he's got check here, which would be checkmate, which is one thing. Can't move the queen because he'll play check, and when I escape, he's going to play check again. I can't play up because he still has checkmate. Oh, it's check here. Yeah, and then checkmate. I can't take the pawn because after check, if the knight comes back to defend the check, it's checkmate with queen takes knight. I believe the best move is queen h3, and it is not a good move to make. Oof. So he's got check here. I'll play it out. He deserves to find the checkmate here, I think. G5 is what I would play. I can't take with the bishop either, because if I take with the bishop, pawn takes, it's check, and then he wins the queen. Not that I think the queen can help me by any means. GG. I think that's probably the most interesting checkmate, but brutal. Okay, I am sick of Blitz now. I am getting my ass handed to me. Excuse my language. I'm going to flick on to some 1-0, see if I do any better in bullet. Oh, wow. Bad start. Sometimes it'd be like that. Alright, concentrate. I don't see any squares for that knight. I think, oh no, maybe this is the best move, yeah. You can have mine, I'll take his. Oh! Oh no. That's probably enough to lose too. Brutal. Ah. Ouch. Oh. Damn, what is it? Saturday night, everybody is on fire. Okay, I like this opening. This should be pretty easy for me to play. Till I blundered that. I'm going to take... Oh, let's get into take. Oh, running. We're going to really try to open this position up by whatever means necessary. Let's go here, check. Take the queen. Here. Oh no! Woof, got him. He was a really fast player. I played pretty fast. Generally, I would lose off poor positions, not off time. And that guy was putting me under some solid pressure. You love to see it. It's a free bishop. Cost me a few seconds. I don't know why he thought it was a good opportunity to tell me that was a mouse slip in the middle of a 1-0 game. That's pretty brave. Not a mouse slip, just poor play. Wow, he was doing quite well, and no, he's definitely not. Shit. Do I lose this? Phew! Oh, I did not enjoy that game. 1 minute chess is honestly the most stressful thing. Like, it's great and I love it, but it's very stressful. Ouch. Oh, okay, cool. That was bad. Alright, two more, and I think I'll call it a night. A little bit shorter than usual. I started a little bit later. It's a Saturday. I did a few things. Went paintballing today. Was bloody good, actually. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Shooting people, always good for a laugh. Cool. Alright, I can just hear my wife arriving now. So I am going to pull out like all of your fathers should have and call it the end of the stream there. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. Thank you to 50150U55U5H1 for the game, and it was nice to see Jason Bowler in the chat too. I'll put some more information on my Facebook for that matchup with Jason Bowler will be coming up. So if you're not on my Facebook, it's tag_night. I'd super appreciate it if you followed the page. It will help me out a lot. I'm trying to get as many. I'm trying to grind my way to 100 followers. I'm at 50 now, so it's still a long way to go. But it's the best way to get information as well.